Take two.
Welcome. They don't know it's take two.
Oh.
Oh, wallpaper.
Oh, wallpaper. Come on, wallpaper. Seriously, quit falling down. All right.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, everybody. I am Michael,
I'm Lane.
and we are Loftus Party of Six. In August, we left Missouri to full-time travel with our 4 kids, and this is going to be our 3-month update. We have been on the road since August. Now it is November, and we are going to talk about the expectations we had versus the reality of what that 3 months held for us, and what was some fears we had, what was some failures, and just kind of give you guys some real talk about our experiences of full-time travel. So,
What was the biggest shocker for you?
oh goodness, the biggest shocker for me was, since I'm a guy, I think most men would relate, it was the money. I really was expecting this life to be super cheap. We have some money coming in as far as our jobs, but I was expecting that we would be able to live so much cheaper than what it was in our house whenever we sold it.
Yeah, pretty much free. Like, we wrote it all down. Like, all we're going to have to do is pay our insurance and gas and phone bill. That's it.
Yeah, we did a budget before we left to kind of see, okay, this is
And
what
it's
we think.
hilarious.
Yeah, it was off. I wasn't expecting the fuel to cost as much as it did. I wasn't expecting the food.
Yeah.
Food and fuel and campgrounds was our 3 biggest expenses
Yep.
of us living on the road. We actually spent way more in fuel than what we would in our old house, when we was stationary. We spent a lot on campgrounds mainly because of the fact that we were moving around, and which was the fuel part, but we were moving around to areas and we could not boondock, and because of the temperature.
That's where the money went.
Yeah,
Campgrounds.
we were hoping to boondock a whole lot more, and it just didn't happen for us. And we was in areas that was in the 80s and 90s, and we just could not do that. We had to have AC. I have a generator, and you can do that for so long, but whenever we were constantly in that temperature, you can't run a generator 24/7 because of the fact that your fuel cost is going to be about as much as it would cost us to stay in a state, county, or national park.
Right.
And so the expense,
It didn't make sense.
no, the money was the one thing for me that kind of was a shocker as far as.
Which you can control, though. So, like, we planned our whole first 3 months around a trip, around me having to be in Miami for a work thing in whatever last month was, October. But if we were to do it again, I don't think we would do that. I don't think wallpaper. I don't think that we would have scheduled our whole trip around that, because that's what cost us the money, was we wasn't able to boondock because of the weather. So from now on, we want to plan our trip and our life around where the weather is good and we can boondock, because we love boondocking. We love it. And we're set up for it. So that was the biggest shocker, and we couldn't really do anything about it. Another big shocker, I think, is I just thought we'd wake up and be like, what do we want to do today? Just winging it. You can't wing it like that. You have to plan ahead a little bit. That was a shock for me, because I was like, oh, I'm just going to be a gypsy soul, and this is going to be so, just freedom.
And sit around the campfire every night.
Yeah, we thought we'd be around campfire every night, but it's just not like that. When you have 4 kids, I'm sure we've talked about this, like a husband and wife or, whatever, could wing it more, and they're just like living in the back of their van or something, but it's not like that. It's literally leaving the house when we move.
We still have to maintain a routine with kids because we're homeschooling. And there needs to be some structure there. So there can't be a constant on the go, on the move with us. Like, we need to be able to have some time in a place
to settle
in.
Yeah, because that was another thing in the beginning that stressed me out, is we would get somewhere and then we need to go like 2 days later. And
or we would just want to go, maybe because we was just over the campground, be like, all right, well, let's just keep moving because we can.
Yeah, but it's not good.
And it became tiresome.
Yeah, and then like whenever we get parked somewhere, I didn't know if I should unpack everything, and because you take everything off the shelves and put it up, and it's very important to me for this to be a home and not a camper. So when we get somewhere, I make it a home. But whenever I would go through that whole process of making it a home and then have to pack it back up 48 hours later, that was stressing me out. So I needed, like, we're a 5-night minimum stay kind of family.
And we just figured that out, like, maybe in the last month and a half.
Yeah. We're like, okay, so this is where's our stress coming from? Moving. That's where our stress is coming from. Where do we go? When do we go? We're trying to hurry and see the world, and it's like it hit us. We don't have to be in a hurry. Like, we have our whole life for this. So learning to slow down. I think we're born to go. Like, in life, you just go, and you're in such a hurry all the time. It took us a while to just learn to slow down. Just slow down.
Yeah, we were trying to go too quick, and whenever we slowed down the pace, it did become a lot simpler for us and a lot less stress for us. And because with 38 feet and 4 kids and us, driving for 4 hours, maybe maximum is what we try to do in a day. And so with doing all that, it just created a lot of stress. And it seemed like every time we moved, something was going wrong.
Oh, terribly wrong. The first month, every moving day was insane.
And so we got to where we didn't
it was laughable.
We didn't want to move, but we needed to. And so so that's something that we learned.
Yeah.
We also learned that we are not RV park people. We thought that we would just stay wherever was cheapest. And we've learned that county, state, and national parks are for us because they're spread out, they're in nature, like in the woods or whatever.
It's country.
Yeah, and it's not RV, it's not fifth wheel motorhome right next to one another in those types of places. So
and they're clean. They keep up with them really well.
And they're usually the cheapest. And, we try to find places that are under $30 a night. Typically, I look for stuff that's around $20 a night if I can find it. And so those are the types of parks that we figured out that are for us, and we'll continue to stay at those in the future. And hopefully, whenever we go south and go more west, I know there's a lot more land that is going to be more suitable for us for boondocking, and we're looking forward to that and keeping our budget down from the first 3 months.
Yeah, for real. We're both like over having to pay to stay at parks because we can boondock and we've learned we're good at it.
Yeah.
When given the opportunity, we're really good at boondocking and we love it. So that's the goal. That's something we want to change.
Wallpaper. It's falling slowly.
Let's just talk about the wallpaper.
Yeah, or just maybe the fact that sometimes things in the fifth wheel, when you got your house constantly moving, things break and things fall apart or fall down, and it's just part of it. I think I didn't expect it to happen as much as what it has, but when your house is constantly moving and things are shaking, you're constantly having to fix things. And so I've got a honey-do list that hopefully I can.
What's on your
Well, I've got a honey-do list in my own head. She hasn't given me one.
I was gonna say, what is it?
But there's some lights that still aren't, that randomly all of a sudden quit working, and I know it's not a bulb. The kids have broke all the lights in their room.
They don't deserve to have them fixed.
There's just probably, I can think of 10 things off the top of my head. I'm not going to get into it all right now, but 10 things that I know that are just little minor things, but they've just broke or it's just not working right, and I need to get fixed. So
one of the things, did I talk about the kids yet?
No.
One of the things that I was worried about and I feel like you're saying all the things went wrong. I'm saying all the things went right, but I can't help that. That's just how we are.
My expectations were really high of things going perfect, and we would be.
He was. So this was all Michael's idea. So he was like, "This is going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be so awesome. It's going to be this and this and this, and it."
And I was worried, which is so opposite from real life how we are. But I was worried, and so I've been pleasantly surprised in a lot of ways, and he's been disappointed in a lot of ways. Also, you have to remember, Michael went from having a job where he left us for at least 8 hours a day, he was alone with his thoughts, to never getting that. And which I know how that is, but that was a huge adjustment for him, huge. So anyways, but one thing I worried about was the kids. That's the main thing I worried about, because the whole world tells you how hard it's going to be on your kids. And I just kind of want to say, well, I don't know. I just cut that part out. The whole world definitely made me feel guilty about what this would do for our kids. And I allowed it to get to me. And I worried about, their playtime and we took 90% of their toys, we downsized their life so much. Guys, it's the best thing ever. They are best friends. They play together every day. All of their favorite toys are here. They've got Star Wars and Legos and costumes. That's all a child needs in their life. And they play with them every day. They wreck our house every day, pick it up every day. They're closer than ever before. I worried about their social skills. Guys, we never stay in the fifth wheel. We go places every single day, and they meet friends everywhere we go. They don't just stay right next to each other like scared to talk to anybody. They branch out and meet people. It has been way better for them than any stationary life could be, because it branches you out of your comfort zone. They can adapt in any situation now. So for my own self and for anybody else that was worried how it would affect them, wow, it's been way better than I ever could have dreamed for them in those ways. So that's been a relief for me as a mama, just to see how great they're doing. And raising a baby is no big thing. If it was your first, probably, because your first you stress out about everything, but it's our fourth, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, we roll with it.
We roll with it.
And the other, something else that we really love is just living in a tiny house. We love that is so easy to pick up. You know, the kids can mess it up, but we can pick it up just as fast as they can mess it up.
Yeah.
We would, in our old house, would let things go maybe for maybe a week. We wouldn't pick things up, or we'd get to it later. But in a tiny space, it's just so easy to keep clean.
It's the best thing ever. So, like, you don't eat a meal until your dishes are clean from the first meal. But when we lived in our old house, our dishwasher would just stack up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's the best thing ever. At the end of every night in my old life, I would feel like behind. I was constantly behind in my old life. Every day. Laundry was behind, or dishes, or something. But you're so exhausted at the end of the day for trying to keep up with everything that you just wanted to go to bed. And it's just not like that with this. You're not exhausted at the end of the day, and it only takes 10 minutes to get everything done, because we don't have hardly any stuff. Like, the kids wreck the house probably 3 times, well, maybe just twice a day. They get all their stuff out, we pick it up for nap time, they do it all again, and we pick it back up. It's easy. It's so easy. And at the end of the day, now, it takes us 10 minutes to get everything put together, and we're done. Like, I'm feeling like a rock star at the end of the day instead of like a loser. And I love feeling like a rock star. Yeah. Like, it's great. Yeah. It's great. We need to talk about that wallpaper because it keeps falling. Well, let's just talk about it.
Okay.
This is a stick-on wallpaper, and I love it, and it's worth it.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, and I'll buy it every 3 months because it's not that expensive at all.
I don't know. Maybe they make some sort of glue we can put up there and make it stick a little better.
Because we do love this and our backsplash. But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
That's all I have.
I think that's all I have too. But ask us questions. We'll do like a Q&A or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have questions, just ask us, and we'll do a video or a live or something on that.
We have. That is something that we have absolutely loved with this life, is getting to meet so many new people. So make sure you reach out to us, send us a friend request on Facebook or whatever.
Sure,
follow us on Instagram. But we love to meet people. If you guys like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave us a question or comment, or just say hi down below.
All the things.
Yeah.
All the things. Go to Loftus Party of 6. I have some blogs up on there. LoftusParty6.com.
Yes. Which you can find down in the descriptions below.
I'll see.
Well, in the description below, we'll have all the links to where you can find us on all the other social media sites.
There you go.
So, thanks, guys. Have a great night. Thanks
Bye.
for watching. See you later.